Hi, guys. This is Robert from RJL 518. Happy New Year to everyone. And this is a nice mid-afternoon stream for me as we're going to play a little fall classic baseball, another test game here. This will be the final stream of 2020, and 2020 can go into the trash can, as of course we're all saying that anyway. We are at Shea Stadium continuing our test games of Fall Classic Baseball, the 1986 season with the Mets. Today's date is April 14th. The St. Louis Cardinals take on the New York Mets here at Shea Stadium. They were scheduled for a 3-game series, but 2 of the games got rained out. So this was the only game they played at Shea Stadium at this time. And they had 2 rainouts, and then the Philadelphia Phillies came in for a 3-game series. A lot of games were rained out with the Mets early in the 86 season. So they played a number of doubleheaders later on in the year. So we're going to play this one game against the Cardinals. This will be my final stream of the year. No streaming tomorrow on New Year's Day, taking a day off. And allow you guys to take a break from me, because I know sooner or later you guys do get a little tired of my butt. So we got Ricky Horton taking on Dwight Gooden today here at Shea Stadium for a little fall classic actions. We're still trying to get the rules down of the game. We will continue to roll dice and use the fast action cards to resolve outs and hits and all that stuff. So, and of course, every other play. I was thinking of using the fast action cards fully and, and just see how it goes. But I still think the dice roll gives more of a better, randomization than the cards do. But then again, you never know with these cards. One of these days we'll try just the cards. My 1969 season's on the way. When that arrives, we'll switch to 1969, and we'll play some games out of that with the Mets. So I think what we'll do is we'll continue playing some good games, with Fall Classic test seasons or things like that, just to get rule it. I don't know if I'll do a season yet. I would like my next season to be inside pitch, really. As soon as I'm done with the payoff pitch season, probably going to go to inside pitch and put payoff pitch on the shelf for a little while. And then we'll get back to that a little later. Also like to let you guys know that I have a job interview coming up on Monday. And hopefully I will go get because it's time to get back to work. So, of course, when that happens, well, my streams, of course, will be cut down. So wish me luck, and we'll see what happens there. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets will be Dwight Gooden. He was, of course, 17-6 in 1986. Did not have the year that he had in 1985, but he was still a very tough pitcher to break through. We are here at Shea Stadium for this game. First time we're here at Shea. The Mets are on the road for a game at Three Rivers and then 3 games at the Vet. So let's play some baseball, shall we? Dwight Gooden, let's see what kind of a bullpen session he's got. And he is going to be a 14, so Gooden's going to be a B. Leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals will be left fielder Vince Coleman. Let's see how this game plays today. That is a 61. That is a blank. And on Gooden's card, that is a strikeout. First strikeout for Gooden. He still had 200 strikeouts in 86. Next batter is Willie McGee. He is in center field for this game. Pitch from Gooden. That is a 36, and that is a blank on McGee's card, and that will be an out on Gooden's card, and is a ground out to second base. That's out number 2. Two quick outs, and here is Tom Herr. Tom Herr is in second base for this game. Bob's Tabletop Sports joins us here at Shea Stadium, and he's definitely rooting for the Mets today. Will not ever root for the Cardinals. Oh, boy. So you must not be a friend of ID Jester because he loves his cards. Gooden will pitch to Herr, and that is a 64. And on Gooden's card, that is an out. And it's a ground out to second base, and the inning is over. So nothing across for the Redbirds. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Starting pitcher for the Cardinals in this game was Ricky Horton. He was 4-3, a 1.03 whip. And let's see what his bullpen session is. That is a 20. He's going to be a C. So the Mets better take advantage of Ricky Horton not having a good day. The Cardinals historically won this game 6-2. Leading off for the Mets in this game is Lenny Dykstra. He is in center field. And, of course, you can see the sun coming through my window as I am right next to the window here. Cubs fan that lives in Milwaukee that is married to a Brewers season seat holder. Yeah, we don't like the Cardinals in this house. I understand. You're a Cubs fan. I get that. Which means, and you will be, I'm pretty sure you're waiting for me to get the 1969 season because I am going to do the Black Cat series when that comes in. The 2 games with the Cubs and the Mets when the Black Cat went in front of your dugout. Let's see what Dykstra can do. 63, that's a blank. Horton's card, that is an out. And that's going to be a ground out to that's a ground out to first. That is out number 1. Here is second baseman Tim Tuffle. There's the pitch, 55, and that is a 19. Tuffle has a single. Gets a base hit off of Horton. That is a split chance, and the 19 says single. So a nice base hit for Tuffle. He will hold at first, and the batter will be Keith Hernandez. Hernandez, of course, is at first base for this game. 1 out. Infield. Infield is normal. They only have normal and in on for a fall classic baseball, where of course inside pitch has normal, halfway, and in. And if you want, you can actually bring in the corners on that game as well. Here's the pitch to Hernandez, 21, and that is an out. And that will be a double play if it's a ground out, and that's exactly what it is. It's a ground ball to first base. That out X means double play. So that will be a 3-6-3 double play, and the inning will end there. So that was a ground out. So it's a 3-6-3 double play, inning over. At the end of 1, we've got no score. I think what I'm going to do is, in this case, since these cards are so big, I'll just do it that way. Tried Fan 879 joins us here at Shea Stadium. Leading off for the Cardinals will be Jack Clark. Actually, you know what? No, because because when I take a picture off, that tells me I got to have the pictures on there so I know. So Dwight Gooden will pitch to Clark. Gooden is a B pitcher today. That is a 62. And on Gooden's card, that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for the doctor. 1 out. Here's Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke is in right field for this game. 32 on Van Slyke's card. The blank, Dwight Gooden. That's going to be a double 1-16, but that is a 20, and that's going to be an out, and it will be a ground out to first. So Vance would have been a double off of Gooden's card, but that is a definite out there, as it is a 20, and Van Slyke grounds it to third. Grounds it to first, I'm sorry. And here is Terry Pendleton. Pendleton is at third base. Pitch from Gooden, 22, and that is an out. No doubles there for Pendleton, doesn't help him here. And that's going to be a ground out right to Gooden, and he will throw to first. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. Me personally, I have nothing against St. Louis. I have nothing against the St. Louis Cardinals. I actually like the team. I have no issue with them. And I have no issue with the Cardinals. I have no problem with them. Here is Gary Carter. Remember, the only team I can't stand, guys, is the Yankees. Don't hate them, just can't stand them. Ricky Horton will pitch to Carter. He's the catcher, of course. and that is a 32, and that's a blank. Horton is a C pitcher. That is a possible double at a 32, but that 17 is too high, and that is going to be a grounded at the plate, and the throw will go to first for out number 1. That's grounded at the catcher, out number 1. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry, of course, is in right. Pitch on the way, 56. That's a blank on his card. Ricky Horton says that is a strikeout. First strikeout for Horton, 2 down. Horton had 49 strikeouts that year in 86. And here's George Foster. Foster, of course, is in left field for this game. Horton's pitch, 64. That is a blank on Foster's card, and a 64 will be an out, and that is a ground out to short, and the inning will end there. Nothing across for the Mets, no score at the end of 2. Top of the 3rd inning. Batting for the Cardinals will be Mike Heath. He was the catcher in this game for the Birds. Pitch to Heath, 42. That's a blank. Gooden's card, and that is a walk. If it's a 1-18, that is a 5, and Heath will trot down to first. Leadoff walk given up by Gooden. And here, of course, is the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. He is, of course, at shortstop. Alan Shaw joins us here at Shea Stadium. So let's see. Ozzie Smith as a batter. Who to support? Either way, one of my teams wins. Oh, boy. Alan Shaw, Payoff Tabletop Sports, is a Cubs fan. He hates the Cardinals. So you might want to root for the Mets in this one. Runner on first, pitch from Gooden. That is a 62, and that's going to be an out right on his card, and that is a ground out to short, and that is going to be a double play unless the second baseman has a weak arm. The second baseman in this game is Tuffle, and he does have a weak arm, so that means he can't turn it. It is a fielder's choice, so Smith makes it to first, and Heath is out, and that's the first out. Interesting how that worked out there. So it says that a double play, 6-4-3, but second baseman weak, can't turn it, fielder's choice, and Tim Tuffle does have a weak arm. So that takes away a double play, and there's 1 out, and it will bring up the pitcher, Ricky Horton, and he'll go ahead and bunt away. He'll go ahead and do the bunt. His sacrifice hit rating is a 5. So let's see what we got here. We'll do the bunt. Here are the bunt rules. So the first roll is a 1. The first roll determines the bunt's laid down, so it has to be a 5 or lower. And it is. So the bunt's laid down. That bunt is hit to the pitcher, Dwight Gooden. And it is a 5, and the throw will go to first to get Horton. Smith moves to second. So the sacrifice does work. 2 outs. I do like the bunt mechanic in the game. That'll bring up Vince Coleman, the Ricky Henderson wannabe, who really wasn't. Had his speed, maybe was even a little faster, but couldn't hit like him. SDG Replays joins us here at Shea Stadium. Good to see everybody here. Smith on at second base. Coleman is at the plate. We're on the top of the 3rd. No score. Pitch from Gooden. That's a 56. It's a blank on Coleman's card. 56. That's going to be a strikeout for Gooden, and that will end the inning. And that is strikeout number 3 for the Doctor. And we still got no score as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Steeler fan joins us here at Shea Stadium for this test game between the Cardinals and the Mets. Leading off for the Metropolitans will be Ray Knight. He's at third base for this game. Pitch from Horton. That is a 34. That's a blank on Knight's card. Remember, Horton is a C, and that's going to be a base hit for Knight. He gets a single. He'll trot down to first. Nice hit for Knight. And here's the shortstop, Rafael Santana. Tenacious Strat joins us here at Shea Stadium. Hey, Earl, Happy New Year to you, my brother. Knight on it first. Ricky Horton will pitch to Santana. And that is a 25. That is going to be an out. And it's a pop out to foul. It's a pop out to third base, and it's in foul territory. And that will be an out, and that's one away. So a foul out to third, and Knight has to stay at first. That will bring up the pitcher, Dwight Gooden. And he will he'll go ahead and bunt as well, although he wasn't that great a hitter in 86 as he was in 85. Does he get the bunt down? Yes, he does. And that is successful. So that's a bunt to a 3. So he bunts that to first base, and that'll be taken by Clark. And Knight does go to second on the sacrifice. Second out. So that's an SH3. And now, can it be up to Lenny Dykstra to get Ray Knight in? Brandon Baker says, baseball, welcome to Shea Stadium. Happy New Year to you for the final stream of 2020. Remember, I am not streaming tomorrow at all, guys. Pitch to Dykstra. That's a 23, and that's a strikeout. And he will go down. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Mets. Still no score at the end of 3. I would like to let you guys know I actually have a job interview on Monday to get back into my back on the stream of things. So please wish me luck. I would like to go ahead and nail it and get back to work. And of course, if that does happen, the streams, of course, will be cut down. Won't be as many streams, although they'll probably still occur at night, something like that. We will continue our replays and all that. Where are we? Top of the 4th. Willie McGee leads off for the Redbirds. Pitch from Gooden, 25. That's going to be an out, and he's hitting from the left side, and that's going to be a ground out to second. Out number 1. Here's Tommy Herr. Hey, everyone else that just showed up. Baseball Demos joins us here at Shea Stadium. That was one crazy game there, Dave, that you just had with that Nationals and Phillies. If any of you didn't check it out, please do. It was whack. Pitch to her, 34. That's a blank. And on Gooden's card, that's going to be an out. And it will be a ground out to second. And that's the second out. Here's Jack Clark. This Cardinals team in 1986 was just really not the same team as they were in 1985. Truth be told, 1986 was the year of the Mets pretty much no matter which way it was going to go. There was nobody in the National League that was going to beat them. Sorry, Steeler fan, not even the Astros. Here's the pitch, 35 to Clark. That's a blank. Gooden, that's going to be an out. And that's a ground out to short, and the inning will end there. 1-2-3 inning for Gooden. He's pitching well. We'll see how long he keeps it up. No score going in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Tim Tuffle. Straighten things out a little bit for you guys. Pitch to Tuffle. That's a 54. That's on the 54 chart. So it's a wild. Let's see what it is. Strike three, bases empty, wild. Strike three if catcher range rating G as he frames the pitch. Ball four if the catcher range rating B. Home N gets strike three. Away N gets ball four. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's see. That is catcher. That's Heath. His rating is an N. So, and he is an away N, and that's ball four because the Cardinals are on the road. So Tim Tuffle gets a crazy walk. All right. Now I can see why the rare plays are wacky. So because Mike Heath was on the road, that's ball four. Because his card, I'll show it to you here. Here's his card. His range is an N as a catcher, and it says away N gets ball four. That's crazy. But you know what? That could happen. That could happen. So that's an umpire. So what that is, that's an umpire ball four because I'm on the road. So Tuffle draws the walk due to the umpire. That's interesting. Okay. So that tells me that there's a little history maker baseball in there. A little HMB he put in there, a little history maker baseball, because sometimes the umpires make a difference in that game. And I know baseball demos will agree with me on that. So that the home team gets a little bit of an edge. So here's Keith Hernandez. Tuffle on it first. Nobody out. Pitch. 63. That's a blank. Horton 63. That's going to be an out. And that is a ground out to second. Double play 4-6-3. If a fast batter beats the throw, Tuffle is not a fast batter. Hernandez is not a fast batter. So that is a 4-6-3 double play. And that is the second double play that Hernandez is hit into. And that's 2 outs. So the home team gets a little help there, but Keith Hernandez right now just can't stop grounding in double plays. And here's Gary Carter. Gary Carter 0 for 1. Remember, Horton is a C pitcher and Gooden is a B in this game. Pitch to Carter, 61. That's a blank. And Horton, that's going to be an out. And that is a ground out to second, and the inning will end there. So a walk for the Mets, but they can't do anything with it. At the end of 4, still no score. Who's going to break through first? We got a pitcher's duel after going into the 5th. Here's Andy Van Slyke leading off for the Birds. Pitch to Van Slyke, 36. That's a blank on Gooden's card. That is an out. And that's a fly out to right. Out number 1. Here's Pendleton. Yeah, they are. They are fun. These 54 charts. They're wacky. And that is a 35 to Pendleton. That's a blank. On Gooden's card, that is also an out. And that's also going to be a fly out to right. That's the second out. And now here's Mike Heath, who gives the umpire a bit of a glare for not calling ball 4. The umpire says, "Shut up and bat." Pitch. Here's the pitch, 14, and that is an out on Heath's card, and that is a fly out to right. So all of them are flies out to right. And the inning is over. Halfway through this game, no score between these two. No score. Bottom of the fifth, here's Strawberry. Pitch from Horton, 56, and that's a blank on Strawberry's card. On Horton, that will be a strikeout. And Strawberry strikes out again, and that is strikeout number 2 for Horton. Strawberry struck out twice, which is normal. Strawberry usually struck out a lot. And it may be for my mom. Okay, here's George Foster. 1 out. C. Horton and a B. Gooden dueling it out. And that is a 51 to Foster. That is a KD chart. Well, that's the first time that's come up. Against the C, a 1-2 would be a strikeout, and it is not. So we go to the chart, 52, and that is a ball hit to left field. And that is the Coleman. His error rating is an 8, but that is a 19 as well. You keep the original die roll, and there will not be an error. Coleman will make the catch. So that's a fly out to left for the second out. And here's Ray Knight. Pitch from Horton. 33 for Knight. That's a base hit. Knight gets a single. Gets a nice single there. He'll go to first. That's the second hit for Knight. He's 2 for 2. Batter now with Santana. Knight on it first. Here's the pitch. And that is a 55. That's a base hit for Santana. That will be a single. And it's a base hit to left field. Hold or run with risk. Ray Knight is a slow runner. And the ball is hit to left field. Coleman's arm is an A3. So if I wanted him to go to third base, it would be an average. I'm just going to have Knight hold at second. Actually, you know what? Gooden is due to bat. Gooden is due to bat. Oh, that's a good question. Do I send him to third? Ray Knight, hold or run with risk? So runners run with risk. Unlike assist chances above, the runner does not have to go, and you can just hold the runner whenever you encounter this option. If the runner decides to try for the extra base, the defense does not have to try to throw him out. If the defense tries to throw him out, then the batter and trail runners advance an extra base on the throw. Roll a D6 of risking it. Strong arm, 1 to 5. Average arm, 1 to 3. Weak arm throws runner out on a 1, otherwise safe. 2 outs. Good question. What do we do? Do I send him or he's a slow run? He's a slow runner. So he's out on a 1 to 5. No, he'll stay. Ray Knight will stay. So runners at first and second for Gooden. Let's see if Gooden can get a hit. So 2 outs, runners at first and second. Base hit for Santana. Gooden at the plate. Pitch on the way, 21, and that's a strikeout, and that will end the inning. And that's strikeout number 3 for Horton. So no runs, 2 hits for the Mets. Still no score at the end of 5. We go to the top of the 6th. Here's Ozzie Smith leading off for the Cardinals. Dwight Gooden. Here's the pitch. That's a 45. That's a blank on Smith's card. And Gooden's card, that will be an out. And that is he is hitting from the left side. So that's a ground out to first. And that is out number 1. Here's Ricky Horton. Ricky Horton will bat. This is only his second time up. He's pitching very well, too. 16, that's an out. And that will be a ground out to second. That's out number 2. And here's Vince Coleman. Vince Coleman 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Pitch coming, 25. That's going to be an out. And that's also hitting from the left side. And that is also a ground ball to first. And the inning will end there. One, two, three, go the Cardinals. Still no score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Here's the top of the order for the Mets, Lenny Dykstra. Pitch from Horton, 55. Dykstra smacks a 17, and that's going to be a leadoff triple for Dykstra. Dykstra will go to third base on a triple. Good hit for Dykstra. Gets himself a nice triple. He had 7 of them in 86. So the leadoff runner is at third base, and here is Tim Tuffle. Cardinals are going to call the infield in. Ricky Horton, a little bit of a jam. Leadoff man, Dykstra at third. Here's the pitch to Tuffle. And that is a 55. Infield in won't matter. That's going to be a base hit for Tuffle. That is a 7, and it's a double. Tuffle smacks a double. He gets that into center field. Dykstra comes in to score, and the Mets are on the board. Finally, 1-0. The next batter is Keith Hernandez. Tuffle on its second. 1-0 Mets. Horton will still pitch. See if he can get out of the inning. But Horton against Hernandez. Runner on second for the Mets. And that is a 44. That's a base hit for Hernandez. It's a single. And on second to home, fast runner, average runner, score. Tuffle is an average runner. He will come in to score. Hernandez has himself a single, and it's now 2-0 Mets. As Shea Stadium and Section 518 cheers. Yay! You had a triple, you had a double, and you had a single. Now, can Carter hit a home run? And can I hit for the cycle at least in 4 straight rolls? I don't think I've ever done that before in any game. Hernandez on it first. 2-0 Mets now. Carter needs a home run for a game cycle, I'd like to say. And he will not get it. It's a 36, though, and Horton, that's going to be an out. And that is a line out to center field, and that's the first out. And Hernandez, of course, stays at first. As Carter gave it a ride, but not good enough. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Pitch to the straw. That's a 13 for Strawberry, and that is a strikeout, and he has struck out for the 3rd time today. And that is strikeout number 4 for Horton, as Strawberry has the hat trick. The batter now is George Foster. Here's the pitch to Foster, 52. That's on the KD chart. That is a 2. Horton is a C pitcher. That is a 2 as well, and he struck him out. And that is strikeout number 5 for Horton, and he gets out of it. But the Mets get a couple of runs on 3 hits. At the end of 6, 2-0 Metropolitans. Metsy, 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 as Casey Stengel used to say back in the day. We go to the top of the 7th. Willie McGee will go up against Dwight Gooden. Pitch to McGee, and that is a 12, and that's an out. And that's going to be a ground out to second. Out number 1. And here is Tommy Herr. Gooden looking on. Here's the pitch. And that is a 23, and he struck him out. And that is strikeout number 4 for the doctor. So they'll hang a 4th K on the Shea Stadium wall. And now Jack Clark. Pitch on the way. 66, that's a 14, and that is a double for Jack Clark. And if any of you have been following, that is the first hit given up by Gooden. Gooden goes 6 2/3 before giving up his first hit. That's a double for Clark. Yes, he had a no-hitter going through 6 2/3. I didn't say anything about it, but I had it in the back of my mind. So Jack Clark gets a double. He goes to second. First hit off for the Cardinals, and here's Andy Van Slyke. Still 2 outs. Pitch on the way. 44, and that's a 14, and that is a base hit for Andy Van Slyke. It is a single. It's a base hit to center field. Base hit to center field, and a weak arm advances. The center fielder is Dykstra. He has an average arm, and it would be an average arm or a strong arm would be a risk for Clark. So Clark goes to third. They got to decide if Clark wants to score. And the arm out there is Dykstra's an arm rating of an A, and it would be a risk. So it would be a 1-3. They're going to send Clark, try to get him to score. They're going to try to get Clark to score, and the throw's going to come to the plate. So on a 1-3, Clark is out. He's out of there. Dykstra guns him down at the plate. Side retired. No runs, 2 hits for the Cardinals. It stays 2-0 as Jack Clark is sent around third, and Dykstra guns him down at the plate. As ID Jester says, the game is broken. At the Mets should not be leading the Cardinals. No, ID Jester, you're totally wrong. The game is very realistic. The Mets should be leading the Cardinals. Remains 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. As ID Jester joins us here at Shea Stadium. I must be reading the charts wrong. I'm pretty sure I read that right. Here's Ray Knight. He'll lead off for the Mets in the bottom of the 7th. Ricky Horton can face 12 batters. He will be fatigued after he will be in a tired mode after the third batter here. So Ricky Horton will pitch tonight. And that is a 41. That's a blank. And that is a walk for Horton. And Knight will trot down to first. And that is the third time today Knight's been on base. He was 2 for 2. He has 2 singles and a walk now. And the batter is Santana. ID Jester bought 6 more Fall Classic seasons. How about that? Phil Leota joins us here at Shea Stadium. Dykstra had a rag arm. No, he had an average arm. His arm wasn't too bad. He's gunned down a few. So the ball was at the center. Knight on it first. Here's the pitch to Santana. And that is a 51. That's a KD chart. There's not going to be a strikeout there. So we go to the 51 chart, and that is a hit. That's a ball hit to short, and that is Ozzie Smith. His error rating is a 4. The 19, there will not be an error. There will not be an error, and if it's a D20 odd, it's a ground double play. If D20 even, it's a fielder's choice. It is an odd, so the ball is hit to short to Ozzie Smith, throws to second, throws to first, and they get the double play. And that's on the defense chart. The batter now will be Dwight Gooden. He will bat. He still has some batters left in him. must be reading the cards wrong. No, I'm reading these cards perfectly. I know that. ID Jester. I mean, the Mets and the Cardinals. I mean, come on. You know, Mets are supposed to beat the Cardinals. Ricky Horton will pitch to Dwight. That's a 44, but that's an out anyway. And that's a ground out to second, and the inning will end there. Nothing for the Mets after 7, 2-0 in favor of the Metropolitans. Dwight Gooden will pitch the 8th. As we go to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Redbirds is Terry Pendleton. Got ready their baseball demos. I'll be looking forward to the bird. Getting ready for the bird. Happy New Year. I'll talk to you later there. Baseball demos. I want to watch that ASAP. Because, remember, right now, inside pitch is my game of choice. Here's the pitch to Pendleton. And that is a 16, and that is going to be an out. And it's a ground out to second. One man down, the batter will be Mike Heath. Pitch on the way, 45. That's a blank on Heath's card. Dwight Gooden, that's going to be an out as well. And he's hitting from the right side. It's a ground out to third. And the next batter will be Ozzie Smith. Dwight Gooden looking on. Here's the pitch to Smith. That's a 66, and that's going to be a double for Ozzie Smith. He goes ahead and gets that off the right field wall, and Smith will cruise into second base. First hit for Smith. And we'll see a pinch hitter as Ricky Horton is coming out, as he is done for the game for the Cardinals. And it is the 8th inning, so I have to go by most at bats on the bench, and that will be Mike LaValliere. Mike LaValliere will go up against Dwight Gooden. Smith on at second. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Gooden in a bit of a jam. Let's see if he can get LaValliere out. Pitch on the way. 56, that's a blank on Gooden's card. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the, that is the 5th strikeout for Gooden. And that ends the inning. So no runs and a hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 Mets. Top of the lineup for the Mets, Lenny Dykstra leads off. 2 lefties and a righty. Let's see who the Cardinals want to bring on to pitch. And I think for the Cardinals in this game, I think the best one is Pat Perry. Cardinal bullpen was kind of meh. Pat Perry is going to come on and pitch for the Cardinals. 1.36 whip, 2-3, set 2 saves. Let's see what he's doing. And he is going to be a 15, and he's pitching at a C as well. So a C for Perry. So Pat Perry will pitch to Lenny Dykstra, bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch to Dykstra, 41, and that's going to be that's an automatic walk. And Dykstra travels to first. Pat Perry walks the leadoff batter. And here's Tim Tuffle. Dykstra a threat to steal, but he did not get the plus. So I'm going to let Dykstra stay. Tim Tuffle will go up against Pat Perry. And that is an 11, and that's an out. And that is a ground out to the pitcher. Lenny Dykstra does advance. So he goes to second base. So it kind of works like a slow roller hit and run. So Dykstra gets to second, but there's one out. Here's Keith Hernandez. Hernandez is 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. Perry will pitch, and that is a 53. That's KD chart, and that is an 11, and Perry, KD 1, so that is not a strikeout. So we go to the chart, and that is a 53, and the ball is hit to second base, and that ball is hit to her, and his range is a 9. That's an 11, and that's going to get by him for a single. That's going to get by him for a single to center. That is a range check, so that is a single to center. It's a one-base single to center field with a plus. So that means Hernandez has a chance to steal. So it's a one-base single, so Dykstra holds at third, and Hernandez is at first with a steal opportunity if he wants it. I'll just check that rule, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my bad. That's a star plus. That's batter safe at first. Runners advance 2 bases. So Dykstra scores. Okay. Dykstra scores on that. That's a star and a plus. Batter safe at first. Runners advance 2 bases. So it's 3-0 Mets. Okay. I got that right. Because 2B single to center field. So that is, on the corner of the chart, batter safe at first, runners advance 2 bases. All right, now I got that. So Hernandez on first, 3-0 Mets. Here's Carter. Still 1 out. Carter is 0 for 3. Perry with the pitch. And that is a 16, and that's going to be an out. And it's a pop out. It's a pop out to the shortstop. And it says faster average runner can run with risk to try and score as the fielder catches the ball, diving with his back to the plate. No, that's up here. Okay. So it's a pop out to the shortstop. That's out number 2. I was wondering why that wasn't making any sense. And that was because I was reading that wrong. So that's out number 2. Hernandez holds. And now the batter is Strawberry. Strawberry has struck out 3 times. See, you knew you were reading those cards wrong. No, I read that one wrong. But I caught the other one right. See, this is what the game should be. Mets should always beat the Cardinals. And I'm pretty sure Bob's Tabletop Sports will agree with me on that. So Hernandez on at first, now 2 outs. Strawberry is 0 for 3. He struck out all 3 times. 64, and that is going to be an out. And he's hitting it from the left side. That's a ground out to second, and the throw goes to first, and that will do it. So 1 run for the Mets on a hit. At the end of 8, 3-0 Mets. We go to the top of the 9th. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Dwight Gooden's pitching a shutout. He can face 34 batters, and I'm going to keep him out there. And leading off for the Cardinals will be Vince Coleman. Although the Met bullpen is ready to go in case Dwight gets in some trouble. Dwight Gooden against Coleman. Here's the pitch. And that is a 12. That's going to be an out. And again, it will be, he's hitting from the left side. So that's a ground out to second. Out number 1. Coleman is 0 for 4. Ricky Henderson wannabe. Here's Willie McGee. Dwight Gooden 2 outs away from pitching a shutout. Gooden will pitch. And that is a 42 on Gooden's card. A 1 to 18 is a walk. That's a 16, and that is a walk for McGee. He goes to first. And now Tom Herr. McGee on at first base. Tommy Herr is the batter. Gooden working on a shutout. Pitch coming. That's a 56. And Gooden's card, that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Gooden. 2 down. And now it'll be up to Jack Clark. Clark 1 for 3. He hit a double his last time up. Fans here at Shea Stadium on their feet. Section ID gesture, just sitting there crying in his beer. Here's the pitch. Here's the pitch. It is a 66, and it's a high fly ball deep to left field. Going, gone. Home run, Jack Clark. Two-run homer by Jack Clark, and it's now 3-2. As Clark got a hold of that one, Gooden pitched him a meatball, and Clark turned it into lasagna. Now 3-2. And the batter is Andy Van Slyke, and that will be it for Gooden. They will take him out, and they will go to the pen. And they will bring out Jesse Orozco to pitch to Slyke. And Orozco is a 7 as a B pitcher. Andy Van Slyke will bat. He hits 270. He'll go up against Orozco to try to close the game out. 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Orozco trying to get to Slyke. Here's the pitch. It's a 62, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Mets take the game 3-2. Two runs, 1 hit for the Cardinals. But the Mets take the win here today as they beat ID Jester and the Cardinals 3-2. Should have been a shutout, but oh well. You can't always get what you want, according to the Rolling Stones song. Final line score coming up. For the New York Mets, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Cardinals, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher, of course, is the doctor. Ricky Horton takes the loss, and Jesse Orosco gets a 1-out save as the Mets deal the Cardinals a loss 3-2. As I'm waiting for the 1969 season to arrive, and broken broadcast, game was in protest as the manager for the Mets was running the Cardinals team and did his best to lose. That sounds like that sounds like some rhetoric there, ID Jester. Sorry to say. I'll take the win. Thank you very much. And my Mets have now won 3 in a row. We've won 3 in a row after losing a game to the Pirates and then losing the Phillies. The Mets, I've now won 3 straight games with the Mets. Yep, this game's realistic. Absolutely. The game against the Pirates was a fluke. It was the first time I was playing the game. I didn't know it yet, so that was a fluke. So a nice 3-2 win from the Mets. And that's good to know because this was a low-scoring game, only 5 runs. The last few games I had were like mid-scoring games, between 6 and 10 runs. So that's nice to know that you can have a low-scoring game from the system. Wow, this game didn't take that long to play, 57 minutes. Not bad at all. Well, that's it for me, guys. Just wanted to play a little Fall Classic. Steeler fan, ID Chester, Bob's Tabletop Sports, Brandon Baker, Phil Leota, Tenacious Strat, Alan Shaw, SDG Replays, Tribe fan. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I want to wish all you guys a happy new year. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. I normally like to I normally like to have a little monologue at the end when I got a holiday coming up next, but there's no need for me to talk about anything. I'll just keep my mouth shut this time. So, Happy New Year to everyone. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you guys next year. Take care, everyone. Again, Happy New Year and be safe.